Hey everybody. I'm going to try to take what's in my head and explain it. I don't know if you guys have situations where you're talking to the Lord and something just hits you so hard and it really affects you, and you know that the Lord's speaking to you, but then when you try to express it, it doesn't come out the same or feel the same. And I think a lot of times maybe that's just the Lord really laying something on your heart. So I hope it does come across like it came across to me this morning. So I have been struggling, I would say. I've had a different job at work, and I'm no longer able to use headphones, and I literally hear secular music all day long, day after day. And I was able to really focus on the Lord more because I would listen to Christian music. I would listen to my certain pastors that I love to listen to that encourage me and keep me like moving forward. And I now miss out on that, and it has really affected me, and it bothers me. I want to be focused on the Lord, and I know this is something that I can't change a situation at this point, at least. And so I just find myself every day after work like kicking myself, and why do I, like Paul, why do I do these things? Why do I hate the things that I'm doing, and then the things that I want to do I don't do. And I feel like it's a cycle over and over. And in the mornings when I on my way to work, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm putting on the full armor today. I'm looking to you, and I need your strength because I cannot do this alone in my flesh. I'm going to fail like I feel like I do every day. And I know that I'll never get it completely. I'll never, not stumble, but I know I can do a lot better than what I'm doing. And I just want that so bad. And I just find myself saying things or thinking things or joining in conversations that are just not pleasing to the Lord. And I'm tired of it. I want more. And this morning I was just praying and asking him for his strength and to do better, and for me to just keep this conscious awareness of his presence all the time, because it'll help me to not stumble. And he brought to mind something, and I was like, oh man, wow, it was very powerful to me. But I think about my husband, and I love my husband. He drives me crazy sometimes, but I love, love, love him. I'm still in love with him. We're going on 8 years. And, you know, and I try to respect him. I try to do whatever I can to give him that respect that he deserves in our marriage, the respect that it deserves. And I was just thinking about how I try to do that all the time, and the effort that I put into honoring my marriage and honoring my husband. If I did something, let's say I was talking to another man and he found out, I think the thought of that happening and getting caught or whatever, the risk of that is enough. Well, I don't have the desire to do it, but there's such a big risk that you might lose him, that I could lose him, that even if I was in that position, I would pray that I wouldn't go down that road, because I don't know if he would forgive me or not. I might lose him for good. Or if I went out and I spent a bunch of money behind his back and he found out and he no longer trusts me anymore, and it divides us, and maybe he would leave. We have that kind of relationship where with humans that we know that somebody might walk out on us and be done. I mean, your friends, your whatever. I'm just using my husband because it's a good example for me, and it's what the Lord revealed to me. And so we try. It's almost like we try more with the people in our lives than we do with God, because we know he's going to forgive us. And that is awful. And it just reminds me of, I'm trying to remember where it's at. I think maybe in Romans, I'm not sure, James, I believe. I just came across it the other day, talking about should we continue to sin so grace can abound. And I think subconsciously or consciously, it's almost like we don't have to give as much effort because we know he's going to forgive us. And that is so sad. He died on the cross for us. And when we accepted Jesus, we should have come to the decision not only to accept the gift, but also to take on the responsibility of dying to ourselves and picking up our cross and dying to the flesh every single day. And it just really hit me like, I try so much harder to stay in a good position with my husband than with God at times. Not always, but I'm like, man, what does that say? Does that mean I make my husband an idol? Because I give a more constant effort with him than with God? And I hate to put it that way because I feel like I'm always in conversation with the Lord, always asking for his help, but I feel like I stumble more in the things that dishonor God than dishonor my marriage. So that's probably why it feels like that. But I'm like, man, if I could honor God the way I honor my husband in my marriage, I'd be doing a whole lot better. That's for sure. And it was just a big, kind of a rude awakening for me that I really need to be more conscious. I need to tame my tongue, which I read another verse about that. I swear it was like the Lord was just like, no man can tame the tongue. I also read that. I think that was in James maybe also too. And that it can't be tamed. That none of us can tame it. And I understand that, but I know that I can do better. And I know probably you guys can relate and you know that you can do better also. So I hope that kind of puts things into perspective like it did for me. I just want to make a more conscious effort that I'm going to honor the Lord more than I honor anybody else or anything else in this life, because he's worthy. He's worthy of it. And I want to give him that. I want to be perfect for him, and I know that I can't. And so I'm just going to continue to pray. Reveal to me the things that I need to work on so that I can please you and serve you the way that I'm supposed to. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. God just really laid that on my heart heavy this morning, and I'm guessing there's some of you that feel the same way. So I'm praying and hoping that we can all pray for each other about this, and that we'll start seeing a difference and feeling a difference, and maybe feeling the strength within us to just fight our flesh and honor God. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.